cutting across to big breaking news coming in. This is a political conspiracy, says Arvind Kejriwal. He says Delhiites will give a befitting reply. First images that came in right here on India Today on Arvind Kejriwal's arrest outside the Rouse Avenue court while he was brought inside the court premises. India Today's Shreya Chatterjee asking him a very pointed question to which he responds, saying this is a political conspiracy. The people will teach them a lesson. Here's what he said. I'm going to cut across to this exclusive reaction.
What would you like to say on this? LG कह रहे सरकार जेल से नहीं चलेगी.
ये पॉलिटिकल शेड्यूल है, जनता इसका जवाब देगी.
Shreya Chatterjee is joining us live. We also have Shrishti Oja, who's tracking developments in court. The court hearing to begin any time now. Shreya, you spoke to Arvind Kejriwal in a brief message. He told you this is political conspiracy and that people will teach them a lesson. Now, this is really the template he's followed right from the start to now. Any change in his body language, his demeanor, 7 days in ED custody? Give us more on what you saw.
Nabila, we saw that video of Arvind Kejriwal where he spoke to certain media people inside the Rouse Avenue court, where he's suggesting that he's basically saying that this entire case is nothing but a political conspiracy. This has been the stand of the Aam Aadmi Party from day one, where Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party is saying that the entire excise policy is nothing but an order on the behest of the central government. That's exactly how they have made it into a battle of politics, where they are trying to garner sympathy on the fact, suggesting that they are the ones who are victims of this entire scam. On the other hand, if we go by what the facts that is being said by the Enforcement Directorate sources, they clearly suggest that they have grounds and they have evidence, not just in the form of statements that have come in from the approvers. They also have evidence to back those statements. Remember, these evidences are in the form of call details. These evidences are in the form of WhatsApp chats. These evidences are form of trail of money that has exchanged multiple hands and reached for the Goa elections to the tune of 100 crores. The Enforcement Directorate submitted these responses last time when they sought Arvind Kejriwal's custody. Based on that, ED had also managed to get 6 days custody. Today, when Arvind Kejriwal will be produced, the further reasons that the Enforcement Directorate will be given is that Arvind Kejriwal did not cooperate. There is more document that they have recovered. Remember, Nabila, there has been a recent raid that the Enforcement Directorate has also conducted at the residence of K. Kavita's nephew. That the agency is suggesting he was the one who utilized the proceeds of the crime. So there have been subsequent investigation which has resulted in further evidence that the agency has gathered that needs to be corroborated and confronted with Arvind Kejriwal. Statements of other accused needs to be confronted. So these are three major reasons. Apart from that, statements of Goa leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party are right now being recorded in Goa. So these are the four grounds on which Arvind Kejriwal's further custody will be sought by the Enforcement Directorate. 7 to 8 days more is what the ED in all likelihood will be seeking before the Rouse Avenue court today.
All right. Now, meanwhile, what's very interesting here is, Shreya, that just a few days ago, in fact, just yesterday, Arvind Kejriwal's wife, Sunita Kejriwal, said that there's going to be a big expose by Kejriwal's counsel in court today, that he's going to reveal something very big about the proceeds of the crime in relation to the Delhi excise policy. Is there something that we don't know about that's due to get revealed in court today?
Nabila, if we can understand that this could be a follow-up of what we saw in the form of press conference that have been done by the Aam Aadmi Party. Remember, one of the approvers in this case is Sarath Chandra Reddy. He is allegedly a director of a pharma company where the Aam Aadmi Party has come out and suggested that he apparently donated in electoral bonds after his arrest. Subsequently, he came out and then he further donated some money, where they are alleging that BJP was the maximum beneficiary of the electoral bonds that Sarath Chandra Reddy, an approver in the excise policy, had actually invested on, being a director of the pharma company. This is something that the Aam Aadmi Party is harping. They have already done 2 press conferences. So if we believe on our sources, in all likelihood, Arvind Kejriwal's expose will probably follow on those lines, because remember, Nabila, what Aam Aadmi Party has very clearly said, that Arvind Kejriwal will be exposing the money trail. This is probably what we will likely see in Rouse Avenue Court. However, we'll probably get to know in time to come. And even if the court allows Arvind Kejriwal to speak, because he's been projected as the kingpin of the scam by the Enforcement Directorate, if he is allowed to speak in court today, we will probably get to see him speak on similar lines if we believe our sources.
All right, very interesting. Shreya, stay with us. I'm going to cut across to Shrishti Ojha as well. Shrishti, what are the aspects exactly the Rouse Avenue Court will be hearing today? What exactly will be the case that they're going to be taking up? There are multiple angles in this case, but here we know the ED is asking for 7-day extension. Is that all that they're going to consider in here? Is there anything more that they're going to be looking at today?
Well, yes, a hearing before Delhi's Rouse Avenue Court where Delhi's Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has been produced has already begun, as we know. My colleague Kanu Sharda sending us live updates from the hearing. The Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju is appearing for the ED, reading out his remand application. As Shreya had also pointed out earlier, ED is likely to seek further 7 days custody of Arvind Kejriwal, citing non-cooperation and the fact that he needs to be confronted with more evidence involved in the case. What will the exact grounds be will be a part of the remand application that the ED Council is reading out right about now. It will be the councils appearing for Arvind Kejriwal are in all likelihood will oppose any further grant of police custody. On what grounds will they oppose it is something that we will have to wait and watch and see once the hearing proceeds further. But as of now, we know that even earlier, no relief was granted by the High Court to Arvind Kejriwal. It has been a constant case of the Aam Aadmi Party that the entire case against them, the entire allegations of their involvement in the alleged Delhi excise policy scam are all politically motivated. Again, something that his lawyers had also claimed before the Delhi High Court, that the entire idea is to create a non-level playing field just before the upcoming general elections, to basically make sure that that there's a non-level playing field for the Aam Aadmi Party, which hits out not at the heart of the constitution but also the basic structure and the democracy in totality. Remember that even earlier when the ED had sought 10 days custody after Arvind Kejriwal was arrested, Mr. Kejriwal's lawyers had questioned the necessity of his arrest in this particular case and also the timing. The entire case is that it's true that chief ministers can be arrested. There is no legal bar on CMs to be on the arrest of sitting chief ministers. But the question here is the timing. Almost 20 months have passed since this case was registered. Multiple statements have been recorded till now where Arvind Kejriwal was not named. Why has ED decided to arrest him all of a sudden now? Mr. Kejriwal's lawyers have pointed this out before the court earlier as well, that there are several approvers, and based on the statements of those accused turned approvers, he's been arrested. How much can you question, and what is the evidentiary value of the statements of approvers who were themselves accused at some point? They've also placed serious allegations against the Enforcement Directorate, saying that some of the accused in the case were granted bail, were also made approvers, granted bail. ED did not choose to oppose their bail, only to ensure that they make some statements against Arvind Kejriwal, based on which they have finally arrested him.